go live. What is up? Welcome in, everybody, to another wonderful episode of Endzone to Endzone. That's right, it's season 3, episode 3. You know what that means? It means we're going over week 3, and then we're going to get you prepared for week 4. As you can see right now, going into Monday night's game, we have Detroit playing Baltimore Ravens. Waffles and Cat are tied at 34-13 after 3 weeks. We had a rough week 3. We both had a pretty good week 2 and an okay week 1. So right now 13-3, right, is our best week so far.
Yep.
With week 2. But this week was a week full of It was a week full of upsets, and it was a week full of blowouts at the same time. So it's like you had a couple upsetting wins. I think maybe, in my opinion, they were upsetting wins. But you definitely had quite a few blowouts. And then some teams lost some key players that are going to hurt them for the future, which we'll talk about. We had a couple running backs go down. You already know we're out like multiple starting quarterbacks. Multiple people had to use backup quarterbacks. Jake Browning did not work out for those Joe Burrow fantasy owners.
Oh my God,
sorry,
that was embarrassing.
Sorry. I failed. I failed you guys on that one. I apologize. I did say that he would be a viable enough backup, but this Minnesota Vikings defense, we'll get into that. Don't you?
Yeah.
Worry. Don't you?
Did that man put up negative points?
No, but he didn't put up a lot. He definitely struggled for sure. So go ahead. It's morning time. Get your coffee, get your donuts, get your croissants, your snacks, whatever it is that you get yourself going with in the morning. Grab it, smash that like and subscribe, and enjoy.
Well, all right, Ron, it's been great talking to you.
All right. So, of course, week 3 kicked it off with a divisional matchup, a really good divisional matchup featuring the guys behind me, the Miami Dolphins, facing off against the Buffalo Bills. And for Dolphin fans, this game definitely did not turn out the way we wanted it to. We needed it to either be a complete win for the Miami Dolphins or a complete blowout for the Miami Dolphins. Because where we're sitting at right now, we're in limbo, ladies and gentlemen. We lost this game. Tua didn't look bad. Mike McDaniel made pretty good play calls and ran a pretty good game. I do got to say that drive to end that first half on Thursday night was from Mike McDaniel. Running the clock out, scoring a touchdown, not leaving Buffalo Bills any time on the clock to be able to go. Like, if you would have left Josh Allen 40 seconds with 3 timeouts, you might as well say he's got a whole 2-minute warning to move down that field, score again, and then get the ball again at halftime. So that the way that they ran that ball down the field to finish out that first half and just kind of tie the game, go into halftime, and not let them go up 2 scores real quick on us. Good job, Mike McDaniel. Way to play calls on that situation.
Yes. I definitely want to give Dolphins props for Thursday night. They may have not won the game, but they did a phenomenal game. Like, considering what they were going in expected to be, like, they definitely showed up to play. At halftime when it was tied 14-14, I couldn't believe it. Like, to be fair, like, I was looking at that game like, what is going on?
Like, what? Really? Like, they're actually in this to
Oh,
win
now
this?
y'all want to show
Oh
up.
yeah, now y'all want to show up. But yeah, so it's like there was a couple other instances where Mike McDaniel did pretty good. He was using Ollie Gordon on third downs, like third and short situations. He used him in the red zone inside the 10. He's the one that got that first touchdown. Ollie Gordon first touchdown of the game. And then there was another nice little play because you know how the Dolphins use a lot of motion, and Tua Tagovailoa struggles with like faking the DBs out, if you know what I'm saying. Like he'll use his eyes and he'll basically give away where
His
he's
eyes.
going with his eyes. Exactly. And he that's one of the things that he should have learned by now is like how to like fake DBs out with your eyes, like lead them this way when really you want to go this way, you know. But there was a nice little play call where Alec Ingold was in between it was I formation and Alec Ingold was in between Tua in the center, and then he goes in motion to the right, and A Chain slides around to the left post route, and that's where the ball goes. But like Tua does actually like fake to Ingold first to like draw attention that way. It allows Devon A Chain. He gets the ball immediately. He's got a clear open path, able to run for a good 12, 14 yards. First down, moving the chains. Looking real good. Looking like Mike McDaniel is kind of making adjustments in the offense, but Tua Tagovailoa, like this team still bites themselves in the ass, man. We had penalties, costly penalties, another kick roughing the kicker. Now, granted, Zach Sealer should not have been out there on the field. We should not have been playing a punt safe formation in that situation, considering it's 4th and 7 in the third quarter, and it's a tie game right now, 21-21. You know, like Sean McDermott is not worried about the Miami Dolphins winning this game. He's not worried that the Miami Dolphins, like he doesn't have to worry about them. He has confidence. Sean McDermott has confidence. Like, hey, if my defense doesn't stop them from scoring, I know that Josh Allen is going to get the ball back, and we're just going to run it down and score. And we either tie the game or we go into overtime. You know what I mean? So we shouldn't have been playing that punt safe formation. Zach Sealer shouldn't have been out there on the field. If he wasn't out there on the field, we wouldn't have got that roughing the kicker. They wouldn't have got the first down. The game would have been different. And then guess what? Maybe at the end of the game, with 3 minutes on the clock, Tua Tagovailoa wouldn't have been put in an under pressure situation because we know that Tua folds under pressure. So we put him in an under pressure situation where he has to move this ball down the field. He has to move the ball down the field. It's not a need to, it's a have to. You know what I mean? So now he's under pressure, throws an interception. There goes the game. Buffalo Bills win it. Now that Buffalo Bills get to line up in victory formation and run the clock out. Game ends 28-21. But Miami Dolphins showing some promise, but like I said, that's not where we want to be because like we need changes to happen. And if we're looking good, ain't no change is going to happen. They're going to keep looking back to this Buffalo game and they're going to be like, you know what? Well, they looked pretty good in that game. So let's just ride it out for the rest of the year. And then next year we'll figure it out. And we're going to be in the same boat next year. What do you think?
I don't know. It's hard to say with the Dolphins right now because yes, they did put on a good performance last night, but the first two were crap. So it's like, which team is going to show up on Sunday? Is Tua going to throw 2 picks and fumble the ball, or is he going to score 2 touchdowns and rush for 50 yards? Like, we don't know. And his inconsistency is a big problem in Miami because you have to have consistency and get those first downs and not throw interceptions and make turnovers if you want to win games. And right now, Tua is not showing that. He's still showing that rookie mentality of like, I have to force it. I have to force it. Take the check down, play another play, dude.
Yeah, for real. And I did see a little bit of that from him in this game. Like he had time in the pocket. He was scrambling around. He threw away a couple passes. He also had a nice little slide for a first down where he ran a good 9 yards and then slid for the first down. my heart kind of was racing, but kind of was like okay at the same time because I was, I was live and I was in it. I was in it to win it and drinking, had a few beers in me, so it was kind of hoping for a hit at that point. But what it is, what it is.
Like, is this it? Is this it? Is this gonna be it?
Sorry, it ended 31-21, not 28. They got a field goal at the end just in case the Dolphins tried to come out and get it back. All right, so Sunday we had a pretty fun day worth of football.
A wild 1:00 slate.
Wild 1:00 slate. The first one we got here is the Vikings and the Bengals. So the Bengals, both of these teams down their starting quarterbacks. Both of these teams going in with backup quarterbacks. The only difference is Jake Browning has been with the Bengals and he's been backing up Joe Burrow for the last 2 years because Joe Burrow is just as inconsistent as Tua. Don't know why everyone is so high on Joe Burrow when he's out just as much as Tua is. But here we are talking about Jake Browning going against the backup Carson Wentz. Now, I was a lot higher on Carson Wentz than Jake Browning. Carson Wentz actually has still potential to him and really good weapons out there. Even though they didn't use their number one weapons. They didn't use them. Like Justin Jefferson definitely got more usage than Jamar Chase, but either way, neither one of them got a touchdown. Neither one of them got heavy usage, and if you were using them as your wide receiver one in fantasy this week, you probably regretted it. But one thing we got to say about the Minnesota Vikings is that defense is serious, bro.
They are not playing around. They ended up with 2 touchdowns from turnovers. That defense, 1 pick six, and a fumble recovery that was ran back for a touchdown by the same guy.
Yeah. It was
Rodgers.
Crazy. Isaiah Rodgers, that's right. An 87-yard interception and a 66-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown.
And that fumble recovery, I gotta say, I watched that video 5 times, and that was the most magnificent. He hit the dude and stole the ball from him before he hit the ground, and he's laying on the ground with the ball while everybody's looking at the other guy like he's still got it. Like, no, dude, he don't. He ain't got nothing no more. He got stripped so quick, and it was so fast. I had to watch it 5 times to see where the ball went and then how he acquired it while he's laying on the ground. And then he just gets up and runs for a touchdown because nobody touched him.
That's crazy, man.
He had the ball on the ground, stands right back up, and just runs for a touchdown. I was like, wow, okay.
I know during that game he had broke a record. I don't know if it was exactly a franchise record or if it was an NFL record, but 2 defensive touchdowns in the same game for a defensive, for a player. I know for sure it was a franchise record, but I don't know if it was a full-time NFL record, if he was the first player to ever do that or not. But if he was, congratulations, Isaiah Rodgers. Way to be on the ball. Way to make a play for the Minnesota Vikings. And they didn't even need those 2 defensive touchdowns because they won so handily. So you take those 14 points off and it's still 34-18. So there you go. Carson Wentz went 15 for 22, 178 yards and 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. So not great, but he did modest enough to keep them in the game. I think where they hit on was the San Francisco backup running back, and he did exactly what he did when he backed up Christian McCaffrey in San Francisco, and he went off yesterday for 26
If
rushes.
you're like me and you picked up Jordan Mason on this last week and you were unsure and you let him sit on your bench like I did, you are seriously regretting that right now. Seriously regretting that right now.
Hey, congrats, Cap for life. I'm glad your team came together last night. Unfortunately, Waffles' team fell apart last night. I still have 2 players to play, and I'm 10 points ahead.
You got the win.
I got the dub. Even Harrison Butker's 12 points didn't help you much. But
no.
we both we both have the Ravens winning tonight. I don't think it's going to be a boring game. I actually think it's going to be a really good game. And the Detroit Lions could lose. They could easily lose this game and still make you lose your fantasy. Just saying. And I'm sorry if that happens. But I have Jahmyr Gibbs, so rough is right. Rough is right. So yeah, Jordan Mason goes in. He gets 21 rushes, 116 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Just balling out for the Minnesota Vikings. But they win it. 48, what is that? 48-10 or 48-18? I can't really see.
48-10.
48-10. Ridiculous. Minnesota Vikings looking good. And then the next game we got would be the Jaguars and the Texans. There's really not a whole lot to talk about this game. It was not very...
Other than both of us getting it wrong, yeah, like there was not much to talk about. The Jaguars pulled it off 10-17 by a touchdown.
Neither quarterback looked really impressive. Neither one of them are. Trevor Lawrence didn't get a touchdown. C.J. Stroud did get a touchdown to Nico Collins, but it was too late at that point. 25.
Yeah.
He went. C.J. Stroud went 25 for 38, 204 yards and a touchdown, while Trevor Lawrence went 17 for 28, 184 yards and an interception. ETN got himself a touchdown on 56 yards with 16 touches, so not too impressive. Both teams are kind of just... It's a divisional matchup, man. It's tough. Those divisional matchups are just tough.
Yeah, both Jaguars touchdowns came from rushing, so like Trevor Lawrence was able to not throw anything but 220 yards. Whereas the Texans were pretty much held in their rushing game. Nobody made it over 50 yards rushing from the Texans.
Yeah, well, they're still trying to figure out their identity over there, not having Joe Mixon. So it's like you have Nick Chubb, who is a good rusher, and then they have this new guy over there, Woody Marks, that they're trying out, and I think they also have another guy too, Dare Agumbawale. So like they don't know what their identity is. They lost their offensive coordinator, Bobby Slowick, that he went to the Miami Dolphins this year. So it's like now we're seeing the Miami Dolphins. If you guys are watching the Houston Texans right now, this is my guy who I feel like should be one of the next, like, a runner-up to be the next head coach for the Miami Dolphins. Bobby Slowick. He used to be with the Houston Texans. Now you're seeing what's happening with the Houston Texans. He's a new guy. We pulled him in this year. He had 6 years in San Francisco. So we're not getting rid of the West Coast offense. We're just trading it for a guy who has progressed every year for the last decade. Anyways, so yeah, Jaguars win that one 17-10. Wasn't too impressive from either side of the ball. Cap for life is right. Jacksonville is interesting, but they're frustrating. It's so hard to figure out where they're going to go. Their defense has question marks. Like, they're good, but they're not good enough. So it's like you just got to be careful playing them. The next game, man, I can't believe this team is 3-0. They played the Tennessee Titans in a dominating fashion. Kind of dominated the Titans like they dominated the Dolphins in week 1. Danny
Dimes has just got it.
God. I did not play him. He didn't do that great yesterday, though. He only got 15 points in fantasy. I chose to
228 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, I chose to
But
play
Jonathan
Rodgers.
Taylor, though. My man. 17 carries, 102 yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns.
And that third touchdown came from like the very end of the game. I think like it was supposed to be garbage. It was supposed to just like they were supposed to be running the clock out, and like he just busted loose for a touchdown.
I guess I'll just run for 7.
One of those touchdowns, like I literally watched him shake off like fucking 4 defenders, like jumped over a guy.
That was
like
fantastic.
It was amazing. It was amazing. I got to eat my words. in the beginning, I said Jonathan Taylor wasn't going to be his old self again. I said Daniel Jones wasn't going to be good in this Colts offense. I was wrong, man. They're lighting it up right now. Them Indianapolis Colts. I bet
insane.
Pat McAfee is living
So happy.
the high life right now with his Colts going 3-0, looking dominating too. It wasn't like, oh, they're not. They're just getting lucky wins.
Weekend wins out. No. They've been whooping ass.
They're whooping ass in a dominating fashion. They're putting that pedal to. Or actually, we should call it like a horse. They're like fucking nailing on that horse. Like go, 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 go. Like they're in the fucking Kentucky Derby or something. You know what I mean? Like they are just getting it.
With Michael Pittman Jr. going 6 receptions, 73 yards, and 1 touchdown. And they just got so much going on over there. And they are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, that's for sure. That score was 41-20. Good job. Good job, Danny Dimes and the Indianapolis Colts. Keep using Jonathan Taylor. You're doing it correctly. He is your crutch. As long as you have Jonathan Taylor out there on that field, Danny Dimes can go out there and continue to look like a top 10 quarterback in this league. And he's actually, if you go at like a lot of the what you call it, like the professionals, the experts actually have him in your top 5 quarterbacks so far. Colts have not turned the ball over in 3 games. That is very impressive, Cap. That is very impressive. So the next game on the list, though, from the 1 o'clock slate was an upset. Was one of the upsets. I think probably the biggest upset of the weekend, with the Cleveland Browns scoring all 13 of their points to win their game in the last 4 minutes of the game. Pretty much called this game how it was, though. We knew it was going to be ground and pound. We knew it was going to be a game you wanted to stay away from as far as fantasy goes, because it's exactly what it was. It was just a nasty, muddy, murky, ground and pound game. You would think that it's like you got rain coming down the size of quarters dropping down onto the field, because it was just like, for half the game, there was no scores. Like, Green Bay didn't even put up a field goal until almost halftime. And, of course, Cleveland, they didn't do anything until the last 4 minutes, and then they ended up squeaking out a win, a last-minute field goal to win that game.
Good!
And
that knocks out Green Bay from the undefeated category for this season.
That does knock out Green Bay from the undefeated category from this season. And I bet all Green Bay Packers around the league were reeling, especially Tom Grossi. They were like,
what just happened?
Especially Tom Grossi. Shout out Tom Grossi. Thanks for the raid. Appreciate you. It was good. We actually, because of your raid, we hit our first mile marker in our donations. We got $257 worth of donations for the DCC up there in the corner. If you're feeling friendly and froggy, go ahead and hit that QR code. Make yourself a nice little donation, because we're halfway. We are halfway to our first $500, which would mean this guy's first mile a day. As soon as we hit 500, I'll just be running a mile a day. And then I'll add on a mile for every $500 after that. So make sure, go hit that QR code. $1, $2, $3. All of it's 100% tax.
This boy gonna be cruising.
All of it's 100% tax deductible. 100% of the proceeds go to cancer research, Sylvester Cancer Research. So please, if you know somebody, or you know somebody that knows somebody that's dealing with somebody that might have cancer, your $5 donation could be the one that helps them. So, next game on the list on my side, we got the Jets and the Bucks. Yeah.
I mean,
it's that time.
What can you really say about this game? The Jets did not look good the first half at all. The game was pretty even, I guess you could say, at that point. Tyrod Taylor ended up going 197 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception, with 8 carries for 48 yards himself. Brees Hall, 9 carries for 21 yards, and Braylon Allen, 6 for 30. So they definitely abandoned the rushing game, looks like early on, and had to throw the ball a lot. Both touchdowns were
Hold on. Let me ask you a question on that. Do you think that's because Tyrod Taylor is an older version of Justin Fields? I mean, like I look at the two of those players, Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor, and I kind of consider them the exact same style of player. The only difference is age gap. Like they're 10-year difference. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm guessing that would probably be because Tyrod Taylor's a little bit older and they don't want him to like take hits and stuff. You think? And rather just throw
I
the
mean,
ball.
possibly, but he still ended up carrying the ball 8 times himself.
Okay, okay.
So it's not like he was unable to rush because they had some design plays out there, and he scrambled a couple of times for some gains. But Brees Hall not showing up, that was kind of a bummer for a lot of Jets fans. He didn't really get much time. He didn't get any end zone opportunities really. Both touchdowns were to Garrett Wilson and Alan Lazard, with Lazard almost dropping his. That was a close one. Like it was debatable, you know what I mean? And we don't like debatable touchdowns.
So that goes back to what I was saying going into this game. Anyways, remember I told you that Brees Hall's probably not the play this week. That Braylon Allen would probably get more utilization than Brees Hall would. Um, and same
He
goes
ended up with more yards but less carries.
right.
So I mean, you were kind of right with Braylon Allen getting a better opportunities, but he made more with his carries than Brees Hall was able to do this week.
Got you. So yeah, like you guys almost won that game at the end with a block kick, a block punt that
The
you.
blocked field goal.
Oh, it was a blocked field goal. Yeah,
Yeah, it was a blocked field goal. He ran all the way back for a touchdown, which brought us back into the game, set it at 20, what was it, 20-26 at that point, and then we scored a touchdown with Alan Lazard and took the lead for the first time in the game, 27-29. And the defense just couldn't hold Baker Mayfield back for one drive and let them get into field goal range and kick a field goal that actually went in this time and win the game.
bro, go figure, right? I 2 weeks in a row, McLaughlin puts up under 5 points for me. I drop him and put in McManus, right? Because I'm like, oh, this is Green Bay. This is going to be a field goal type of game. They're playing the Browns. Field McManus gets me 3 points. McLaughlin puts up 20. What the f, bro? But
Yeah.
that's 2 weeks in a row we watch Baker Mayfield just move the ball down the field on a game-winning drive and just like have
And yeah,
straight
he did it in
poise,
under 2 minutes.
have straight poise and control and command of that team and that offense, just moving it down the field. What's up? Good morning, Joe. Glad you're in here with us. Glad you're in here
So
with us.
I can't hate Tampa. As a matter of fact, hold that thought.
Oh, hold that thought. Well, he's going to get something probably from his shop. You'll probably be able to find this on the Macari shop. You got to go to Macari, check out Charlie's Choice Collectibles. He's got all kinds of goodies there you can find. He's still got a deal going on. So,
All right, so far, every team that has beat the Jets, which is every team they've played, I've acquired an item from said team.
does that
We
mean next
have
week
the
we get the win?
no, no, but but we got the terrible towel from week 1. We've got the Buffalo Bills helmet up here
Week
from
two.
week 2, and now we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneer race car for week 3.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool, man. Hey, I might have to get that from you. I might have to buy that from you for my son for Christmas or his birthday or something.
Well, it's currently listed online right now on Charlie's Choice Collections on Mercari. If you want it before him, you better jump on it.
Better jump on it.
I only got the one.
I told you it'd be listed on his shop. But yes, Joe R., you are 100% correct on that. Egbuka's value has skyrocketed with Mike Evans suffering an injury this week, and Chris Godwin already on IR, already out. So yes, Egbuka, his value is through the roof at the
Definitely increasing. Mike Evans was able to get a touchdown in this game. He went 4 receptions for 33 yards and that touchdown before he went out. And then Egbuka just took over. 6 receptions for 85 yards. He didn't score, but they didn't have to.
Yeah.
Then my boy Bucky Irving, 25 carries for 66 yards, as well as 4 receptions for 33 yards, which gave him a modest fantasy output.
Yeah, but I mean, you had him in your flex spot, so like the amount of points that he put up for your flex was right. You just kind of missed out on the receiver end and had your high end receiver on the bench. But I wouldn't have played Waddle against Buffalo Bills either, so it's not like you
no way.
No, like you.
That was not what I thought was going to be a good option.
And honestly, we both had a perfect draft. I mean, not a draft, but a perfect lineup compared to the players that we had available to us. Like our starters put up more than our bench,
and that's ideal.
Yeah, but I still win.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go for the highest points of the week, so that's why I want Jahmyr Gibbs to do pretty good tonight, because I'm trying to go for the highest points of the week.
That makes sense. I think I got that week 1. I'm not 100% sure. I know I was 126.
Yeah, you got it week 1. I'm going for week 3. Karen Quetzalcoatl looks like she's got, bro, have you checked out her team? She looks like she could repeat. She's our champion from last year. She could repeat this year. She could end up going home with that trophy. Do you got that trophy on hand, or is it in your room?
I mean, it's right here.
I'm trying to get that trophy. So as you can see, through 3 weeks, mine and Waffles' record is tied right now, 34-13. We both have Baltimore Ravens tonight. There it is. That
beautiful this trophy with that money.
That beautiful trophy with all that money, all the winnings in it.
You could be the Fantasy Football League champion.
And don't worry, we're going to open up a special league next year for all of our viewers. It'll be a AFCEastieBoys viewer league. We got plenty of time for that though. So let's keep going. The next game, Chargers Broncos. Although that's a late game, right? Why is it showing me that? That's a 4:00 game, isn't it?
Yeah, let's just jump back to the Raiders and the Commanders real quick. That was on the 1:00 slot. That game ended up being a rock'em sock'em game. 24-41. The Commanders took it. Geno Smith went 19 out of 29 with 289 yards and 3 touchdowns. Guy put up some numbers. Whereas Marcus Mariota, starting for Washington because Jalen Daniels is out, went 15 for 21 with 207 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, they definitely, the Washington Commanders definitely won this game on the ground. I kind of figured that's how it was going to be. I tried to let everybody know if they had Jay McCroskey merit to use him. I tried to warn people away from Deebo Samuel and Zach Ertz this week just because of the quarterback situation. But they definitely won that game with their legs. Jeremy McNichols had a nice 60-yard run. I don't know if you've seen that run too, but that run was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
How he plowed through that line and was able to get free, broke a couple defenders, and then take it to the house for the touchdown. But
he ended up with 78 yards in that touchdown.
But even though the Las Vegas Raiders lost by 20 points, at almost 20 points, they didn't look bad themselves. Geno Smith put up a modest stat line. He had 3 touchdowns to his new star receiver, Trey Tucker. So go ahead, guys. He's on waiver wires. He's on your waiver wires. Go pick him up. Trey Tucker, he's on everybody's waiver wire. I guarantee you there's not a single person out there that has Trey Tucker on their league. You heard it here first from the AFCEastieBoys. Make sure y'all smash that like and subscribe because Waffles is about to go pick him up. He's looking at the waiver right now. He's like, I'm going to claim this guy.
Nah, I'm looking over at what he did last week. 8 receptions for 145 yards and 3 again. Like Jonathan Taylor, 3 touchdowns.
Who was that?
Trey Tucker.
Oh, Trey Tucker. Yeah, but he was the receiver, though.
I'm just saying.
But yeah,
3 touchdowns.
3 tutties, 145 yards. Not a lot of receptions, so real.
8. That's still the highest on the team.
Yeah, but I mean, like, to put up 145 yards and 3 touchdowns, you would think he has, like, 12 catches. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, when you consider Jacoby Myers being the Brock Bowers being the closest in receptions to him with 4 for 38 yards, I mean, he's definitely their wide out.
Hey, Joe, who has more interceptions?
Deep threat.
Tua or Geno? And we're not, like, Geno had a modest game. Like, the Raiders are looking better. Like, what I meant by that when I said that is that the Raiders are definitely looking better than we expected them to. Like, yes, we know their defense was going to be, like, pretty decent, although letting the Commanders, a backup quarterback, put up 41 points shows that the defense isn't that great. But we expected them to be a more run-centric team, and the fact that they were able to put these points up through the air is what I was going by.
Yeah.
Because
I can agree with that because when you looked at the Raiders, you never thought, a heavy passing game. Even when they had Derek Carr, it was like they rushed with Josh Jacobs and tried to pick up a couple yards through the air. Now, Geno Smith they're definitely slinging the rock more often and not necessarily relying on Ashton Genty and the run game.
Now, that's not saying that you want to go and pick up Geno Smith off your waiver wire to lead your team. I'm not saying that he's that type of quarterback, but he could be a quarterback that you could consider. Like, I would, after seeing how Jake Browning performed, I would probably play Geno over Jake Browning, even though the pieces in Cincinnati are way more intriguing with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, compared to Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers, and now Trey Tucker. Like, I'm just saying there's probably instances where Geno could be a better option for you, but it's still like you really gotta like play the matchup well. Rams and Eagles was a fun one.
Comeback game of the week.
Comeback game of the week. Another one that was decided by a blocked kick that almost like it was a block. It was like the way they won this game too, because the Rams
blocked field goal.
I picked the Rams, and the Rams were kicking this field goal to win the game. Damn it! Like, you got to be kidding me, bro. But the Rams were winning all of it. The Rams were winning most of the game. The Eagles came back from a 19-point deficit in the fourth quarter. Or in the third quarter, they started coming back from a 19-point deficit. And Jordan Davis...
And it was all through the air.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
sweating. Because Saquon Barkley had 18 carries for 46 yards. He didn't really do much. Not even a touchdown. Jalen Hurts went 21 out of 32 for 226 yards and 3 touchdowns. One to A.J. Brown. Ooh.
AJ Brown finally put some points up for me. I was sitting here streaming the Steelers Patriots game, and I'm sitting here like we're going into halftime, and like AJ Brown still like has not done much, and I'm like, bro, this is 3 weeks in a row AJ Brown has bit me in the ass, and I didn't even want to draft this motherfucker. This was an accidental auto draft. Like, and now he's biting me in the ass. I'm like sitting here on stream, like I'm gonna bench this guy. This guy's getting benched. And then he
At least he
finally
got
gets the
6
usage.
for 109 and a tutty this time.
Yeah, he finally put some points up for me. He actually probably the reason I won the game this week, although I still have players to play. But we're gonna say that AJ Brown won me the game this week against Palm Beach Waffles. Yes, sir.
I don't know if it was A.J. Brown or just my lack of skills in fantasy football.
No, it's just we have good weeks, we have bad weeks. I mean, last week I had a horrible week last week. But the quarterback I chose to use turned out to be garbage. But either way, Eagles squeak out that divisional win. So that's going to be good for the Eagles, getting another big important win early in the season so that they don't have to worry about these types of wins when it comes to seeding later on down the line when it matters.
And I suppose that brings us to the what the hell happened Carolina Panthers-Falcons game.
Talk about an upset and a blowout from hell. This sums up the whole weekend, how it's upsets and blowouts, right? Carolina Panthers game, that sums it all up right there. 30-0 over the Falcons. Michael Penix Jr. ends up getting benched for Kirk Cousins. Bijan Robinson doesn't.
Well, I mean, after throwing a second interception, that's going to happen.
Oh, really? Tell that to the Dolphins.
They don't listen.
Oh, right. We've been telling them. Yeah, you're right.
I told you Mike McDaniel's over there playing Madden.
They don't listen. So, yeah. So, Carolina Panthers come out and make the Falcons look like the frauds that everyone thought they were in the beginning of the season. Penix is not getting the job done. He got benched for Kirk Cousins coming back out. So, do you think... All right, so... Should I go pick up Kirk Cousins? Do you think that that's going to be the thing now? Or do you think that that's just like, hey, we're having a bad game. This game is lost. Let's not wound him anymore. Let's just put Cousins out there, pull him out, put Cousins out there. Or do you think?
No, I think that was a fluke, and they're going to put Penix back in as a starter for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can go with that. I mean, I would think that
he's like, I'm not even going to argue that. That sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, like, if he has another couple games like that, maybe week 7, week 8, maybe, or after the bye week or whatever, maybe then they switch back to Kirk Cousins. But I don't think they would. Yeah, you're right. I don't think they would do it this early. It's way too early. They have Bijan.
Yeah, I mean, taking him out of a game is one thing, but taking him and benching him completely for the season, that's something that I don't see happening.
Yeah, because then they would kind of look like the Miami Dolphins from the Brian Flores days when we got Tua, but then kept benching him for Ryan Fitzpatrick, and then like bringing him back. It's kind of what they did because like they benched Kirk Cousins for Michael Penix at the end of the year last year. I don't know if you remember when their season was over, like basically. So the last couple of games, it was kind of like, well, we're not playing for playoffs, so let's just go on. You know what I mean? And they ended up benching him and putting Michael Penix out there to finish the season. So they lost in horrible fashion to the Carolina Panthers, who looked pretty good against them. Bryce Young got himself.
Damn, I got smoked in both leagues.
Bryce Young got himself a rushing touchdown as well as a passing touchdown. I apparently didn't write any notes on this game. Basically, the Carolina Panthers played a mistake-free game, and that's how you got to win it. Their rookie kicker Ryan Fitzgerald had 3 field goals.
Rico Dottle and Bryce Young both rushed for a touchdown.
I do agree with
And the 2 defensive interceptions really helped them out.
Oh, okay, so they got defensive. Oh, they got interceptions, not touchdowns, so.
Yes, just interceptions. I'm trying to see where the rest of those points came from because I see 2 touchdowns and none through the air.
So that's what? 14 points plus 9
14
points makes 23. And they scored 30, so they got another touchdown somewhere. Maybe they did get a defensive touchdown. Maybe a special teams. Oh yeah, I think they returned a punt. They did. They returned a punt. They got a special teams touchdown. A 70-yard punt return by Kevin Lane. So that's where that other 7 points comes from.
All right.
So special teams showed up big for them. And yes, and I do agree with you, Joe. I do think Cousins is a much better quarterback than Penix, but at the same time, like you have a young quarterback in Penix, and Kirk Cousins is like probably got 2 more years left in him. So like Penix is like your future. So use him. The next game.
Yeah, you gotta build your future.
The next game is a game that I was covering live. It was an AFC East game between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. I was actually wearing my dad's Steeler jersey yesterday because my dad is a Steelers fan. I had on the... Oop, that's not it. I had on the Ben Roethlisberger yesterday, repping the Steelers.
Swinging the old terrible towel.
I had on the Ben Roethlisberger yesterday, repping the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers didn't have a great game, but he had a modest enough game to win it. The defense had a couple sacks, 4 to be exact, on Drake May, but Drake May and the New England Patriots kind of lost that game themselves. They had plenty of opportunities to win that game.
Both quarterbacks threw a couple of interceptions.
Yeah, but the New England Patriots had way more turnovers, like big turnovers too. There was one turnover by Stevenson going into the end zone, literally going into the end zone, gets the ball stripped out, like right before he gets to the end zone, like at the half-yard line, gets the ball stripped out. And then the next drive, Antonio Gibson gets the ball punched out. So the New England Patriots honestly should have won this game, but they beat themselves up and they lost it. Like, they lost.
So they're riding the struggle, Buck.
The Steelers did not win this game. The New England Patriots lost this game. And you could see it in Vrabel's face on the sideline at the end. He was just like, "Oh my God, we're just keep making these mistakes."
Well, I mean, Aaron Rodgers did throw 2 touchdowns, 139 yards, and Kenneth Gainwell rushed for a touchdown. So that's where their 3 scores came from. Then it was just a matter of holding off New England.
Yeah, and like I said, they didn't do a great job of that. New England kind of did it to themselves. Costly penalties. There was one drive where they literally moved the Pittsburgh Steelers down the field. Like, all the way down the field.
Yeah, and the only person scoring any points for the Patriots was Hunter Henry, getting lucky in the end, the red zone. He ended up going 8 receptions for 90 yards with 2 touchdowns. But like I said, it didn't look good.
No, it was not impressive at all. It was kind of
Stephon Diggs didn't even show up. 3 for 23.
It was a very boring game.
I give him credit. They did pass the ball around to a bunch of different receivers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to be exact.
9 different receivers.
9 different receivers, including the running back Stevenson for, was it 3 for 38.
Yeah, and I think one of those was like a 16, 17 yard catch and run. So.
Yeah. And then you look at his rushing 4 for 18. It's like, the best rusher of the day was the quarterback, Drake May, with 7 carries for 45 yards.
Yeah, he was able.
They were not getting it done on the ground.
And those 7
against
carries
the steel curtain
all came from like scrambling out of the pocket and having to go get the first down. And like 3 of those carries were in the fourth quarter at the end of the game when they were trying to move that ball down the field to tie the game up. But then I think it was an interception that ended that. That game was really hard to watch for me and really boring, to be honest. If I didn't have Aaron Rodgers playing on my fantasy team, I probably wouldn't even streamed it. Probably wouldn't even watched it. That's really the only reason I did. But it's also AFC East, and we're the AFCEastieBoys, so it's like the Dolphins weren't playing. I didn't have the Jets playing. The Bills weren't playing, so it's like, I guess I gotta stream the Patriots. Cover the Patriots.
I was actually surprised to see the Jets game on regional television.
Yeah? It's probably because they were playing the Bucks, bro, in Tampa. So
I'll take it.
Yeah. Win-win, right?
Yeah, well, win-lose.
So that
it was a win because I got to watch the game, but just as, expected. And I bet on Tampa.
I bet on the Bills.
Don't tell anybody. Not like this is a live platform where everyone can hear and see me.
So that ends the 1:00 slate of games. And then the 4:00 slate was okay. We had some more. I don't think there were any upsets in the 4:00 slate, but there was a blowout. Then there was a comeback. There was almost an upset, but I don't think I would consider, even if the Broncos beat the Chargers, I don't think I would have considered that an upset. That's a very tough
I was going to say there. I saw one upset, and then everything else was kind of how I expected it to play out.
So we got the Chargers pulling out a last minute field goal to beat the Broncos. After the Broncos kind of were handling this game for the most part until Justin Herbert remembered that he had a certain guy named Keenan Allen that he can throw the ball to, and guess what? They started winning. They started.
How did
back.
Keenan Allen do?
20 points. He was my secret sauce that I kept for myself, and I didn't tell nobody.
Son of a bitch, and he did get the touchdown I needed him to get too.
That's right.
So I hit 3. I hit 4 of 5 of my anytime touchdowns yesterday.
Bro, I made an 8-bet parlay, right? I made an 8-bet parlay. 6 of them were anytime touchdowns, and then 2 of them were for receptions. One of them was for A.J. Brown receptions, and one of them, no, this was in the later games. 2 of them were for receptions, and I hit all of the anytime touchdowns, so all 6 anytime touchdowns, but I missed the 2 receptions by 1 on each of the players.
I've been telling myself this for weeks. I need to tone down my parlays to 3 leg parlays only. The winnings aren't as grand, but you could possibly win more. Like, it's just been crazy. I need to stop doing these 6 to 12 leg parlays and praying.
Me, I just need to stick to anytime touchdowns because I do pretty good calling the touchdowns of the games. But the Green Bay game killed me on my parlay for all 14 games because nobody scored a freaking touchdown.
Yeah.
Go figure. Josh Jacobs. You would have thought that was a gimme, but couldn't even gimme that.
Nope, he didn't want to give you that.
So the Chargers came from behind to win on a last-minute field goal by Cameron Dicker. Justin Herbert led a late scoring drive that included a touchdown pass to Keenan Allen, setting up the game-winning kick.
My parlay missed because of Bijan Robinson not getting one. That shutout in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, that was fucking guys, man.
It was unexpected to say the least. Like you would think.
So, oh, we forgot to mention the Bucks are 3-0 now, right? No, they lost one. The Chargers though are 3-0. They start their season 3-0 and they have three make it 3 wins in their division so far. So they are sitting pretty in the AFC West, conquering that division at the moment over the
Oh yeah.
scary Kansas City Chiefs. Seahawks at Saints. I went Saints for some reason. For some reason, I thought this was going to be the one of the games that the Saints were going to win this year, but the Saints defense came in and had other things to say about that. The special teams were the highlight of this game. Torrey Horton had a 95-yard punt return for a touchdown, and Derek Young added a 60-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. The offense led by Sam Darnold was highly efficient, and the team put up 38 points in the first half. Second highest scoring half in franchise history. Saints couldn't get anything together.
It doesn't even look like Darnold did all that much either. He got 14 completions out of 18, 218 yards and 2 touchdowns. So it was very, very efficient, yes, but not very spectacular. You didn't see him throwing the rock a lot, just enough to keep the score going up.
And then, of course, they were pounding the rock with Kenneth Walker. He put up another modest 20 points in Fantasy League for you guys. He didn't put up a lot of rushing, but the touchdowns is where he was at.
Yeah, the 2 touchdowns and 38 yards on 16 carries. Can't complain with that.
Yeah, I know. Waffles was getting hit with all kinds of taunts yesterday. Bam, 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 bam. It was like jab to the left, to the right, bam, bam.
I was able to throw one back at him.
That was good. And then
but it wasn't enough.
The last one I sent you was a good one too, like the little dance that he was doing, the Keenan Allen dance he was doing. I was so glad that it was Keenan Allen's touchdown. I was like, this one's the nail in the coffin right here. Click.
Yeah, it really was.
I was like, this one, it's done. It's over with on this one. So the Seahawks win that one in dominating fashion. The Saints, of course, are looking like the team we all expected them to look like. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the AFC EastieBoys, we've been letting you know that the Saints are fighting for the number 1 spot. And I mean number 1 draft pick.
At the bottom.
The number 1 spot at the bottom. They are fighting for that number 1 draft pick next year. I do believe they are doing that. I believe they're doing that for 2 years. This year and next year, you're going to see them trying to get number 1 draft picks. Watch. Alvin Kamara, by week 7, I told you guys need to go trade for Alvin Kamara. You can get him at low value right now. And in 4 weeks, when you're really going to need somebody, he's going to be your guy because he's not going to be on the Saints no more. He's going to be on another team. A team that's winning. A team where he can thrive and do better. Just imagine what happened to Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry after they left the team that was holding them back for oh so long. That's what's going to happen to Alvin Kamara. And it's going to happen sooner than you guys think. So go trade for him.
So moving on to the upset of the 4 o'clock hour. Cowboys and the Bears. What's going on with these Cowboys? Like, Dak...
I don't know, but
Dak threw 31 passes for 251 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions.
I don't know what's going on with the Cowboys, but I do know that there was a Cowboy fan that got up in my chat the other day and was like, oh, the Dolphins suck ass. Well, guess what? We don't suck as much ass as the Cowboys. Just saying. You could possibly be the second worst team in the league right now, losing to the Bears 31-14 in a ugly manner. You let Caleb Williams throw 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns.
And almost
looking like Aaron Rodgers week 1.
Almost 300 yards, 298 yards, and 4 touchdowns from Caleb Williams in that victory over the Dallas Cowboys. They just looked like Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams came out there and they were like, Cowboys who? Cowboys who?
And each of these touchdowns were to different targets too. We got Luther Burden III, Odunze, DJ Moore, and Cole Kmet, all with individual touchdowns.
Just spreading that ball around. Although
that Dallas Cowboys secondary needs some work, boys.
Yeah, it does. But it lets us fantasy owners know that whenever a team is playing the Cowboys, consider. I tried telling you guys we got to remember I was saying we got to fade this game. Whenever a team's playing the Cowboys, go heavy on receivers. Go heavy on the quarterback. But that's all the light we're going to give the Cowboys. Jerry Jones is sitting up in his office right now crying in his pillow, wishing he still had Micah Parsons, because guess what? Next week, he's got Micah Parsons coming back into town. Except it's not for a friendly visit. Nope.
No, sir.
It's to put Dak Prescott on his face.
It's that revenge game he's been waiting for.
Yes, sir.
So then moving on, we have the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers squeaking a win out, 15-16. Niners are 3-0.
Niners are 3-0. Who would have thought that?
Not me.
Not me either. But I mean, they do got
with Mac Jones at quarterback. Definitely not me.
I mean, like, they do got Christian McCaffrey over there, and it's like, it's not like it was an impressive win. Like, it's a come from behind win, a late game field goal win. It's not like they dominated this game, and like they're only playing the Arizona Cardinals, who lost James Conner halfway through the game. So it's like, there goes their running game. So it's like, all right, now they have to pass the ball. By the way, James Conner is out for the season. So if he is your running back, either RB1 or RB2, you are in need of a running back.
I am.
Because he's not coming back. Not coming back until next year. So go ahead and look for someone new. We'll put out a video. We'll give you some running backs that might be on your waiver wires. Or you can go try and get Alvin Kamara. That's the running back you need to be going to get. So yeah, 49ers go 3-0. And then we had Sunday Night Football with 2-0.
The Chiefs and the Giants.
2-0-2 teams battling it out. Obviously, we know that the Chiefs are not going to let themselves fall to 0-3. But going into halftime, it definitely looked like the Kansas City Chiefs were on the fringe of going 0-3, right? And then they came out at halftime. Patrick Mahomes turned it on, and Russell Wilson turned it on as well, but he turned on the interceptions.
Yeah, he threw 2 of them in the second half.
Ouch. 4 total, right? Because I think he threw 2 in the first half as well. Maybe.
Oh, no, then just the 2. He just threw the 2.
Oh, just the 2. So it was 2 in the last half. Trying to throw moon balls. Like, the Giants had one drive. I remember watching one drive to where, like, they were in the red zone area, and, like, 3 throws in a row, Russell Wilson literally just kind of, like, airballs the ball. And, like, there's nobody even around it. One of them goes into the tunnel. Like, all the way into, like, the tunnel. Like, and Andy Reid's kind of like, you guys gonna call a flag on that for intentional grounding? And so they did. But then, like, the next 3 throws from Russell Wilson were pretty much the same thing. And, like, Andy Reid was probably kind of like, well, like, whatever. It's whatever. He's not going to get the ball.
Yeah. Malik Neighbors was basically a no-show with 2 receptions for 13 yards. Waldale Robinson, 1 for 26. and their best receiver of the day was their freaking running back, Scatabo, with 6 for 61. Honestly, best player on the team right now.
And
he had 10 carries for 60 yards and 6 receptions for 61 yards. So he's the best receiver and rusher and player on the team for the Giants right now.
Well, he only got that. He only got that because T. Tracy Jr. went out with an injury. So for those of you that are using him, he's going to be out for the next couple weeks. But based on how this Giants team is performing, anyways, I hope you're not relying on T. Tracy Jr. in your starting position, and he's more of a flex option.
He's more of a bench substitute between 5 weeks coming up anyway.
Which he totally busted me in
Not anymore.
Remember, I had him as my top 5 running back for the year going into this year, just based on quarterback play from the Giants, and I figured he would be more of a key chess piece for them and being able to compete, but they're not using him, so he made me look like an idiot saying he's going to be the number 5 running back this year. Everyone else is still there.
Well, we can't all be perfect.
No, but we could try. We could definitely try. So the Chiefs do not go 0-3. The Giants fall to 0-3. The Chiefs squeak a win away there with 22-9. It didn't look pretty for the Chiefs, but it never looks pretty for the Chiefs. As long as they win the game, that's really all they care about. They don't care if they win by 30 or if they win by 1. As long as they win the game, it doesn't matter. Wasn't very impressive from Patrick Mahomes. We didn't see any Superman throws or anything super impressive, but I also didn't see him chewing on his tongue last night either. So that's something that we need to look into because it's kind of weird. You know, a couple weeks ago I saw Dak Prescott chewing on his tongue and he threw an amazing game. We always see Patrick Mahomes chewing on his tongue, and that's when we see him like doing Superman sidearm throws like length out. I don't know, man. I'm looking into it. These guys might be on some
looking for the tongue bites.
These guys might be on some Adderall when they're doing this. Got to look into that. But
so they finished that game 22-9.
It's gonna cut me off.
Go Chiefs!
All right, and then Monday night we got Lions and Ravens. We both picked the Ravens to win tonight. I do believe it's going to be a good night. Speaking of, are we? How are we watching this game? We want to meet up at the bar or something?
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I have an 83-point total for this game. I think the defenses are going to shut down, and the offenses are going to light them both up.
Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Back and forth. Touchdown after touchdown, baby. Let's see it. I want to see some fire in this game.
Some fire. I do too, man. I do too. I hope Derrick Henry gets himself a touchdown. I hope Jahmyr Gibbs gets himself a touchdown. I hope Amon St. Brown gets himself a touchdown. I hope Lamar Jackson runs in 2 touchdowns. Zay Flowers, I hope, doesn't even get a reception. Just because.
Why?
Because Bruce has him. I told you I want to score the most points this week. I hope Mark Andrews.
Got you.
I hope Mark Andrews scores a touchdown. Because Bruce has Zay Flowers, so, and he has the most points this week. All right, so let's look at week 4. Have you had a chance to look at week 4 yet?
Only when I flip this page. I think I have 1 game picked so far for week 4.
One game. Yes, cap for life. The Vikings defense are something serious. They put up 30 points yesterday. So Thursday night. All right, hold on. What's up, everybody? AFCEastieBoys, and we bringing you your week 4 picks. There you go. You can see the records right now after 3 weeks of football. Waffles and Cat are both sitting at 34-13 with Monday night still to go, and both of us had picked Baltimore. So let's go with week 4. Thursday night, we got bird teams playing each other. We got the Cardinals and the Seahawks. I am going to go with the Seahawks here. I think with the Cardinals losing James Conner and not really having a good, secure backup running back over there, I think that's going to affect the passing game. So I'm going to go Seahawks.
I'm also taking the Seahawks for this game. I don't trust Kyler Murray and the Cardinals against the Seahawks defense, especially without their running back, James Conner. So we're going Seahawks all the way. Go Darnold.
Go Darnold. All right, so the next game on the slate starts our international games. It's going to be Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, with the Vikings and the Steelers. Now, we got two good defenses going to be going up against each other. A veteran quarterback in Aaron Rodgers and a backup veteran quarterback in Carson Wentz. This Viking defense, man, even though the Steelers have T.J. Watt, this Viking defense is something serious. I think Aaron Rodgers, I'm probably not going to be playing Aaron Rodgers in my fantasy league this week because I do think the Viking defense is going to come out and dominate once again. But I think this time, like, Carson Wentz is going to be able to use the offense a little bit better. And we never know. We may have J.J. Carthy back by that time. So, I'm going Vikings over Steelers.
I'm also taking the Vikings over the Steelers. Sorry, babe. I'm thinking Rodgers is going to throw an interception, and that's going to be what costs him the game for this one. Vikings defense takes it. Go Vikings.
Go Vikings. So, and then next to start the 1 o'clock slate, we got the Falcons and the Commanders in Atlanta. This could be another Marcus Mariota game. This could be Michael Penix Jr. or Kirk Cousins game. Most likely Michael Penix Jr. I think the Falcons bounce back here. I do think they do better, but the way that the Commanders are playing, even with their backup, Marcus Mariota, a veteran backup, their running game, they have the receivers that can get the job done. But the Falcons, man, if Michael Penix Jr. can play this game properly and command this offense properly with Bijan Robinson back there, this is a hard game to call. I'm going with the Commanders here, though. I think they're still gonna do enough to win that game.
I'm taking the Commanders on this one as well. After the performance the Falcons put up last week with the big 0, I just can't trust them. Even with Bijan Robinson, he screwed me on my parlay. So to hell with the Falcons, we're going Commanders.
To hell with the Falcons, we're going Commanders. All right, so the next game is a game where either somebody gets their first loss and somebody gets their first win, or we have a 4-0 team and an 0-4 team, and that's between the Chargers and the Giants. I mean, obviously, I'm going Chargers here. I mean, unless the Giants do something drastic, like pull Russ Wilson and start Jackson Dart, I don't see them doing much. Although Malik Neighbors will have a much better game against the Chargers than he did last night against the Chiefs, because the Chiefs just went straight up and shut him down. Like, that was their game plan. But it could happen again.
Yeah, and it definitely worked.
It could happen again. Jim Harbaugh is definitely the type of coach to be like, oh, damn, the Chiefs did this and they shut him down completely. We're going to do the same thing. I got the Chargers winning that. I got the Chargers going to 4-0, and I got the Giants going 0-4.
I also took the Chargers. Russell Wilson's going to throw a moonball interception, and that's going to seal the deal for the Giants.
What's up, Frozen Fin Fam? Welcome in. Thank you. Make sure to smash that like button. And then the next game we got Titans and Texans. both teams are kind of like fringe okay. Not bad, but not great either. This one's really hard to call. I actually think this might be the game where Cam Ward and the Titans like figure it out and squeak away a win, a last minute win, not like a dominating win, but like it's going to be close, kind of like the Jaguars Texans game, and the Texans are going to lose in the same kind of fashion, I feel like, to the Titans.
All right, so this will be the first one we disagree on this week. I'm taking the Texans. I think Nick Chubb is pissed off and he wants touchdowns. He's going to say, "Feed me Seymour" to CJ Stroud, and Texans are going to win it over the Titans. Cam Ward, you're doing good, man. You're doing good, but you're not going to make this one.
Not going to make this one, he says. No, I could easily see the Houston Texans winning this game. I can also easily see the Titans doing it too, though. All right, and then the next one we got Eagles and Bucks, which is going to be a good game. This is a conference battle.
It's going to be a fun game to watch. I agree.
This is an NFC conference battle. Eagles fighting for... They're both fighting to stay undefeated, right? Both teams are 3-0 going into week 4. One of them is no longer going to be undefeated. And I like what Baker Mayfield's doing. I like what the Buccaneers are doing. But they just lost Mike Evans. We don't really know how long Mike Evans is going to be out. But the fact that he's out and leaves them with Egbuka and a bunch of tight ends, unfortunately, I don't see them being able to beat the Eagles with a limited offense. Like if Mike Evans rolls out there and he's okay to go and he's good to go, I could definitely see this being a closer game for sure, because you have the threat of Baker Mayfield airing it out with you. But if it's just Egbuka and Kate Otten and a bunch of no-name receivers and Bucky Irving, they're going to shut the run down. They're going to make Baker Mayfield pass the ball. And whether these receivers can catch it, that's going to be the question. I don't know the receivers. Like, I don't know enough on their backup receivers to know if, like, these guys are going to be able to catch the ball. So I'm going Eagles. Eagles, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown's going to get himself 2 touchdowns. Dallas Goedert's going to get a touchdown. Saquon Barkley going to get a touchdown. That's 4 touchdowns right there from the Philadelphia Eagles, winning 34-24.
I'm taking the Eagles on this one as well, but I think this game is going to be one in the trenches. This is going to be a run-heavy game, a lot of tush-push, a lot of Barkley first downs, and the Eagles are going to take it.
So let's talk about that tush-push, because the NFL is definitely tired of it. They should have banned it. They had a meeting.
They had their opportunity.
They had a meeting to ban it. Not enough teams voted to ban it, and now all those teams are regretting the fact that they didn't vote in favor of banning it. So now the NFL is basically just watching the Philadelphia Eagles with a fine-tooth comb, calling false starts, etc., etc. But they missed one. They missed 2 false starts in the Rams game. So it's just something we got to deal with, and that's just an extra added factor that we have to take in consideration when we're picking these games. So you got Eagles too, you said?
The Eagles too. And then we move to the loser bowl, the Panthers and the Patriots.
Well, I mean, it's not that much of a loser bowl. At least they both have a win. And the Panthers have a better win.
They do. I'm taking the Panthers on this one.
You're taking the Panthers?
I am.
I hate to say it, man. Like I said this week, the Steelers didn't win that game against the Patriots. The Patriots lost that game. And I'm going to go with the Patriots. I'm going to say they're not going to lose this game against the Panthers.
All right.
Saints and the Bills. Let's not spend a lot of time here.
This is literally the only one I had circled before I turned the page, and it's Bills over the Saints. Pretty easy pick there.
This one's not going to be an upset. Come on, this one's not going to be an upset. If the Saints were going to upset anybody, it would have been the Seahawks this week. The Saints are not going to win this game. They'll be lucky to score 10 points. They'll be like, Bills go 4-0. There you go. I said it. I fucking said it. AFC East. Fuck you, Buffalo Bills.
Fucking Bills.
Fucking
All right,
Bills.
and then we got the Browns and the Lions.
Remember, Browns are that team I said all year long. That's that trap game. That's the team you got to watch out for because you never know when they're going to come to play. And you've seen it this week against the Green Bay Packers, who were looking pretty dominant, right? Looking pretty dominant in the league. And they came out and they made it a muddy game. They made it a ground and pound game. They just, like, ran that clock out and ended up winning at the end. But they're not going to do that against the Lions.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions on this one as well. We haven't seen them play tonight, but I got a feeling they're going to put up another stellar performance, and Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to blow them out of the water. It's going to be a high-passing game because that's what Jared Goff likes to do. He likes to throw the ball.
Yeah, I do think that they're going to try and beat them through the air, and they're not going to try and beat them through the ground because they do have a better team than the Green Bay Packers as far as offense goes. Their quarterback is a better vet, and their receivers, they have better receivers.
All right, so then the Jaguars and the 49ers.
Another unimpressive matchup, right? Jaguars and 49ers. Neither team really looks good. 49ers are 3-0, but it's not an impressive 3-0. It's kind of just like, hey, you just did better than your opponent that week. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go.
I mean, but they did it 3 times, so.
Yeah. This time though, we're most likely gonna have Brock Purdy back. Brock Purdy was on the fringe of being back this week, but they let him rest. So it's very highly likely that they bring him back this week and he plays the Jaguars. So this might be a Brock Purdy led 49er team if that makes any difference for you. Which it does. It makes a big difference. And I think
the 49ers are going to take that one. With Brock Purdy coming back off an injury, they still got Christian McCaffrey.
Juwan Johnson, Juwan Jennings. Like, they do have the team.
Even without George Kittle, I think they still take the win here.
You got Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Etienne, Bajul Tatul, Trevor Lawrence. I think I'm gonna go Jaguars here.
Ooh, controversy.
I think they're gonna make up for the poor performance they had against the Houston Texans, their divisional opponent. Then the next one is the Colts and the Rams. And
this one's hard.
Going into the year, right? Going into the year, you're like, oh, Rams win this one easily, right? Not so much anymore. Not after watching a pretty dominating Colts team go 3-0 so far.
Yeah. It's been a wild ride for the Indianapolis Colts, and I don't think the ride's over yet. I'm taking the Colts over the Rams on this one.
I'm gonna go with the Rams, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I don't see the Colts beating the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Rams almost beat the Philadelphia Eagles, and they almost did it last year. Okay. And they're a much better team. I like the offense from the Rams and the defense from the Rams better than the Colts. Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams are going to have a field day, and that's what it's going to be. Rams over Colts, and the Rams, a little added extra for this game. The Rams are going to do to the Colts what the Colts have been doing to other teams.
All right, so then we move to the Bears and the Raiders.
I'm going to go with the Bears on this one. I do think last week, I don't think it was a fluke. I don't think it's something that we can expect every week, but we have seen the Bears kind of come out and perform pretty well 2 weeks in a row now against decent defenses. Now, the Dallas Cowboys aren't a decent defense, but they are good up front. And that's why you've seen a lot of passing from Caleb Johnson. And that's exactly how the Raiders are going to be. Like they're good up front, but if you can pass the ball on them, you can most likely win that game. And
I am taking the Raiders for the sheer factor of they need this one.
Yeah, they need it, but they're not going to get it. Not going to get it. Not going to get it. Not going to get it.
Either way, taking the Raiders. We're split on that one. You're going Bears. I'm going Raiders. So far, we're split on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games this week. Moving into the Ravens-Chiefs game.
No. This game last year was the start of the NFL season. It was Chiefs versus Ravens. Ravens almost won that game. They should have won that game. If they would have played last year, if they would have played the Chiefs in week 4, they would have won that game. Derrick Henry just didn't quite have it yet, right?
He wasn't meshed with the team yet. He didn't have the time with him, the experience with him. He didn't know what Lamar was going to be able to do, what he was going to be able to do.
Right. But
that's over.
That's over.
They know what they're going to do now.
And the way I look at it right now, the Chiefs team was a better team last year playing in week 1 against the Ravens than they are this year. They're definitely injured this year. We might get Xavier Worthy back this week, but it's not guaranteed, so definitely keep an eye on that because that would definitely be the X factor in the Chiefs winning this game. But as it stands right now, I cannot see the Chiefs winning this game. But at the same time, I won't be surprised if Patrick Mahomes goes and pulls some super miraculous stunts that win the game for him. But I'm going Ravens on this.
I'll second you on that one. Ravens all the way. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry going to rush for a couple touchdowns each. And the Ravens take the Chiefs.
And then we got the game of the week. Even though it's not really the game of the week, it's still going to be the game of the week on Sunday night. The game of the week because
Packers and the Cowboys.
Because it's a revenge game. You got Micah Parsons coming back to Dallas, but not for a visit, not to eat lunch with Jerry Jones and the boys. No, it's to make them lunch. That's what he's coming back to Dallas for. He's probably been waiting for the day that he can put Dak Prescott on his ass for all that shit he talks in practice and stuff. He's like,
ooh, that boy waiting to make some sandwiches out of them men.
He probably told him one day at practice, like Dak Prescott, one day there's going to be a day I'm going to put you on your ass, boy. I'm going to put you on your ass, boy. And that's going to happen. That's going to happen on Sunday night next week when the Packers travel to the Cowboys and win this game in dominating fashion.
He said, I can't wait to flatten you in person.
So I'm going Packers over Cowboys next Sunday night.
We are also taking the Packers. The Cowboys defense just doesn't know what the fuck they're doing and keep letting these high number of points get run up on them. We're going to say the Packers do just that. And it's going to be mostly through the air. Josh Jacobs going to get a receiving touchdown as well. But we're taking Packers over the Cowboys, and we're going to say 35-28.
35-28. I don't even give them that much. I'll stick with the 35, though, but I'm saying like maybe 17 for the Cowboys. That's on a George Pickens.
I'm thinking Dak Prescott's going to be playing from behind the whole time, so he's going to be trying to fling that rock down the field. Okay. He'll probably pick up an interception along the way, but they're going to try and stay relevant like they did against the Giants.
Okay, I can see that. I can for sure see that. Okay, I see where you're going with that one. And then we got 2 Monday night games. 2 Monday night games. We're gonna skip the first one.
Oh.
And we're gonna cover the late one real quick.
So the Bengals and the Broncos.
Bengals and the Broncos. Broncos. This one isn't hard to call right now. Jake Browning. We already know Joe Burrow's out for at least 12 weeks.
From Browning going long. Intercepted. Oh, no.
Browning struggled against the defense he played this week, the Vikings, and the Broncos are just as bad. Like
those struggles are just going to continue.
Yeah, the Broncos are just as bad. So I'm going Broncos on this one. Defensive win, probably a touchdown. Patrick Surtain gets himself a pick 6. Go ahead and parlay that one in there. It's probably plus 5,000 odds for that, but
I don't know about plus 5,000. It's probably around maybe plus 800.
For defensive players to score touchdowns, it's usually plus 5,000.
Oh, for a touchdown, yeah. For an interception, that's a little different.
I'm saying pick 6. I'm saying go ahead and drop $5 bet on plus 5,000 for Patrick Surtain touchdown. That'll net you like what, $500 on $5?
Possibly, yeah.
Anyways, so did you go Broncos or Bengals?
I also went with the Broncos. Bo Nix is going to roll them. The Bengals don't know what they're doing yet. They just got embarrassed last week, and they're not done with the humiliation.
All right. So the last game is the AFC East division rivalry, and the Miami Dolphins are playing in Hard Rock Stadium, and this is their rivalry jersey game. This is where we're releasing our rival jerseys against the Jets. We're going to be wearing them. Tua Tagovailoa is going to come out. Don't be surprised if Zach Wilson gets a revenge game here.
Zach Wilson goes long because Tua can't.
Anyways, you already know I got the Dolphins. I'll be down there, Hard Rock Stadium. I'll be that extra man on defense, making sure that Tyrod Taylor has a false start or two. Remember, I got one during the Patriots game. I even told you guys I was going to get one late in the fourth quarter. You can go back and check. 12 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the fourth quarter from week 2. There's a false start. That was caused by Section 349. That's right.
And we taking the Jets, baby. One of these teams is coming out with a victory. One of these teams is getting their first victory of the season. I think it's going to be mine. He thinks it's going to be his. Drop down in the comments and tell me what you think. That's what I want to know. I want to know what these people think. Jets versus Dolphins. Backup quarterback versus a quarterback who should get backed up.
Who should be a backup quarterback?
Who should be a backup.
We'll call him a backup starter.
The backup starter, backup quarterback.
Oh, man.
With Tua Tagovailoa. Can't even say his name properly.
This is probably
Jets are going to win.
This is probably going to be the worst game of the week.
It's going to be fun to watch, though.
It is going to be fun to watch. I'll be there. Like I said, I still don't know. I still don't know what my wife is doing yet. So maybe.
Keep me posted.
I will. Anyway, so next Monday, I do know that I work. Hold on. Let me end it out. All right, so that was our week 4 picks. AFCEastieBoys bringing at you. So make sure go mark your parlays, make your picks, fill out your little cheat sheets, and get ready for week 4.
Picks in, everybody.
Get your picks in. Get your picks in. We're now
make sure you set your lineups before Thursday night's game. I don't think anyone's got the Seahawks or the Cardinals as too many players, but at the same time, if you got Marvin Harrison Jr., you want to keep an eye out on him.
James Conner as well.
You want to make sure you get him off of your team before it's too late.
Yep. Don't forget, you only got a couple days to make sure you get him off of your team and get him traded out. Like I said, maybe you should go find the person in your league that has Alvin Kamara.
There's no trading him. You're just dropping him.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. You want to try and get Alvin Kamara. So
yeah. Try and find
Mason.
That sucker out there that'll trade you Alvin Kamara.
or maybe Jordan Mason is on your waiver wire.
If he's still on the waiver wire, you need to snatch him up.
You need to snatch him up. Hopefully you're pick 1, 2, or 3 in your waiver order, and you're not pick 12. So I know next Monday I have to work. I have to cover a dude's shift all next week. So next Monday I will not be able to do Endzone to Endzone. If you want, I can set you up and you can run it yourself. We also have the Monday night game next Monday. Maybe me and Waffles will be out there. Maybe we won't. I know I will. It's gonna be
Pending.
fun. And it's gonna be fun. But tonight though, we got Lions and Ravens. We got to meet up and we got to watch that game together.
The amazing game of the night.
It's on ESPN, so I know neither one of us have it on our own television, so we'll probably have to meet somewhere to watch it, right?
Probably. I don't believe that I have ESPN at home.
Well, let me know. I have to go to work for a couple hours anyways, so let me know if you do or if you're able to play it or not. I don't plan on streaming.
I will eventually give you a shout out. I have some errands I have to do today as well. Got to go by the storage unit, pick up something from Charlie's Choice Collections, and get that mailed off.
Hey, you guys can get something mailed off from Charlie's Choice Collectibles too. All you got to do is head over to his shop on Macari. Post him an offer.
You can swipe this Tampa Bay race car before our buddy Cat in the Hat gets a chance to come over and buy it in person.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Go check out his shop. Go see what he's got. Make him an offer. He's still accepting all offers, I think, for another week and a half.
Yes, make me an offer and I won't refuse.
I think that's going on for another week and a half or so. So make sure you get.
Got 3 weeks.
I'm trying to press the. Don't. I'm cooking, bro. I'm cooking.
Let the man cook.
Week and a half left, so make sure you rush over there and make your
Hurry.
offers.
Buy now.
Buy now. You get penalty flags. You get jerseys. You can get custom jerseys. You can get a custom made AFCEastieBoy special jersey.
I will go out. I will buy the letters, and I will print your name on anything you want me to.
Handmade.
I don't care.
Handmade. If you're looking for something handmade, let him know. Let him know in the comments. He got you.
Me and my girl iron them letters on ourselves.
Also, don't forget, we got the DCC going on. You can find that link on our page right under our PayPal. If you want to make donations to either one of those, it's simple. It's easy. If you make the donations to the DCC, it's going to a much better cause. It's 100% tax deductible, and 100% of the proceeds go to cancer research. If you donate to the PayPal, it still goes to a good cause. It helps us pay for certain things that we use for the streams. Like I use like streaming services, things like that. And Charlie's Choice Collectibles, go get it. 500 subscribers. We got that giveaway going on. We haven't reached it yet. We're over the halfway mark, though. We're at about 600. Or
We're getting
200.
closer.
We're getting closer. We're
Closer and closer to somebody getting that Mike Gesicki signed photo.
Rookie signed photo when he was wearing the number 86, hurtling over a dude. It's an epic photo. I'll go post a picture of it in the Discord so that people can just sit there and they can see it every day until they get it. Also, that Discord, join it. Make sure you're subscribed and then join that Discord. We're trying to build a community of fellow football fans helping fellow football fans. Like, we're put out parlays. I have a new section in the Discord available to use. Basically, it's different from the regular general chat. You can basically put in a topic and people can discuss that topic within that format, and it doesn't get all mixed up like in a general chat where you got to go start searching through chats like
Rolling back.
What did they say? Oh, there's seven other different conversations going on right now, things like that. So I just added a new section so that it makes it nice, neat, and organized so that nothing gets lost in the clutter of conversations. So
well played, sir.
Go make sure y'all go join that Discord. We trying to make it big community of of people helping each other, man. We all just trying to win that money, man. Make everybody's life a little bit easier. You know, the more heads we have
Let's
on a
take
bet,
down Vegas together.
the more heads we have on a bet, the more likely we are to all come to an agreement on a winning lineup that changes all of our lives.
And with that, I just want to say, like and subscribe. AFC Eastie Boys, Charlie Waffles, and Cat in the Hat.
Signing off.
Signing off.
Peace out. We'll catch y'all next time.